Hello, everyone. This is Pankaj Diwan here. Along with me is my friend and colleague Sharat Chandra. We are here to talk about the future convergence of AI and blockchain. Without much ado, let's quickly dive into the agenda. The way we've structured this talk is to start with some opening remarks on blockchain and AI, and are they complementary or are they competitive? We also want to take you through a use case explaining the synergy between blockchain and AI, and then finally talk about how do we unlock this value, right? So, Sharat, with your permission, may I go first and talk about give my opening remarks?
Sure, go ahead, please.
Thank you. All right. So I think it's very interesting that ever since the whole explosion of Gen AI, there is no meeting in any boardroom which doesn't have the Gen AI discussion, right? And while all this is happening, people also very often ask me, what has happened to blockchain? Has it got overshadowed by Gen AI? And has it actually got buried by Gen AI, or some people even go to the extreme lengths of calling it has AI killed blockchain. And as part of this talk today, both Sharat and me will try and uh, demystify some of these notions. We'll try and break some of these myths. In fact, if you ask me, AI is probably the biggest carrier for blockchain. There can't be a better metaphor, there can't be a better template than a AI world for blockchain to actually exist. And to explain this, I would also probably like to invite Sharat to give his opening remarks, to put up these questions, and then try and take us through some use case. But I am very convinced that end of the day, AI and blockchain will coexist, and AI and blockchain together are going to be huge disruptors in future. So, Sharat, I would like you to probably give your opening remarks, and then we can dive into a use case.
Sure, thanks, Pankaj. Hello, everyone. So, as Pankaj rightly said, I think both AI and blockchain are complementary, and the convergence also unlocks a lot of opportunities. The idea is how do we get the best of both the worlds and try and find synergies where blockchain complements AI and vice versa. And this is where I would like to also touch upon the negative first. I mean, the positives are already there. Pankaj spoke about different conversations in board meetings, and enterprises are already warming up to AI. But we also have to look at the weaponization of this technology, AI, and this is where a lot of misinformation is being channelized by, because they're good and bad actors in any technology, right? So the weaponization of this particular technology also poses significant problems to both enterprises and industries. And this is where I would like to touch upon one particular specific use case about deepfakes. Uh, and deepfake is one area where synthetic data can be used to mimic a person, a personality, and create content which can be misleading. Now, this is where how blockchain can help is digital signatures or cryptographically secure digital signatures on content generated by AI. It can be audio, video, or otherwise. And these signatures can be stored on a blockchain so that everyone can go and verify, okay, this particular content is actually relevant and actually authentic and generated by so and so platform. With the emergence of more text to speech and text to voice tools, this is much more necessary that we have right guardrails in place so that the right message gets out in the public domain, the right information gets out. And this is where I'll also like to touch upon a community based verification mechanism. Let's talk about gaming for that matter, where a lot of AI is already being used. So let's say gaming consortiums or gaming companies can come together and create a community based way of verifying content which is being generated out of AI. And similarly, we can also have a reputation or a decentralized trust score mechanism for content providers. It can be on gaming, it can be on literature, it can be on anything. So with this, I would like to pass on to Pankaj for his views on the use
Yeah, I
cases.
think thanks, Sharat. I think you touched upon a very pertinent use case. Deepfake is creating havoc. I mean, till yesterday we were talking about how it's going to be challenging for common man in terms of many areas where technology is, entering people's lives. But deepfake takes it to a different level altogether. On a day-to-day basis, we see so many news, so many things where very prominent personalities, celebrities, politicians, all shades of people right, are struggling with deepfake. It's become very difficult to even understand what is real and what is fake. And I think, like you rightly mentioned, blockchain has a very, very important role to play because blockchain is a layer which creates a trust in the technology. And we've had all these technologies like digital signature, community based verification, and reputation ranking earlier also. But the question is, how do you trust those digital signatures without a blockchain backed mechanism? How do you trust that community based verification? Today, for example, when we see reviews on various sites, we are not sure whether those reviews are being given by bots or are they being given by people. We do not know whether they are being given by negative reviews are being given by competitors or positive reviews are being given by friends. So I think blockchain kind of brings that layer of trust. Perhaps when internet started, people did not realize that it's going to be such a huge challenge in terms of how trust is very important when transactions are done. And as AI becomes more and more popular, as you get into as you transcend from the real world to the realm of metaverse, I think it's going to become more and more important to have that layer of trust. How do you decide whether the avatar that you are interacting with is a original avatar? How do you get the confidence that if I'm doing some transaction in the metaverse, it's going to be genuine, it's not going to be disputed in future? So I think AI and blockchain have a great synergy, and like we started in the beginning, AI and blockchain are here to stay together and do their respective roles. With this, Sharat, I also want to draw your attention to another question, which is in terms of how do we unlock this value of AI and blockchain? Because till yesterday, people were struggling with AI alone and blockchain alone. And now we are already talking about AI and blockchain. So, what do you think are the challenges and concerns, if at all?
I think that one of the major challenges is towards adoption of these technologies and having the right workforce with the right skill set so that both enterprises and industries can actually implement projects and unlock more value. So this is where I would say a skill gap or mismatch is there, where the existing professionals needs to be reskilled, and especially at academia level, there has to be a wider dialogue between industry and academia so that not only knowledge exchange happens, but also upskilling happens from very early on.
I'm glad you brought this topic because I think there needs to be a democratization of talent, as it were. Because I also look at it in another context. Today, the talent is scarce, and all that talent gets absorbed by large companies, which is where the startups remain high and dry, and that's actually scuttling the innovation ecosystem. So, having spent some time in the skilling ecosystem, I think the way forward is for industry and academia to come together to encourage problem solving approach right from a initial level in their undergraduation, and come up with consortias so that we can solve this problem, take this challenge head on, and actually use this as an opportunity in India to make India a global powerhouse of AI. Thank you, Sharat.
Thank you. Thanks, Pankaj.